The sad reality is that lovers do grow apart. And so, what do you do when you feel like you're living with a stranger? Do you stay in a relationship with a person, or you no longer recognize, or do you modern the relationship, or just move on in today's case? Miss Jackson says she's been holding on to the good memories of her past with Mr. Connors, and in hopes that they will have a one day have a better future. She says that in addition to neglecting his daddy duties, Mr. Connors is also a disrespectful, sneaky cheater who doesn't fear losing her. Miss Jackson says there's only so much she is willing to take, and as hard as it may be, and if something doesn't even change, she will have to let Mr. Connors go home and walk away for good. Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Your Honor, this is the case of Jackson versus Connors.
Thank you very much, Robert.
Ms. Jackson,
you say you are here today to give your fiancé a final warning that you say he is a disrespectful cheater who shows you no support, and if something doesn't change, you're taking your son and leaving. Mr. Connor, as you say, you're here to save your relationship and your family, that you also say that you refuse to take sole responsibility for the issues in your relationship. And I know that you all have been together for 5 years and you do live together, although you guys are not married, and you have a 3-year-old son, but our note says that you've been engaged for 5 years with no ring. So there's a red flag right there. Ms. Jackson, why are we in court today?
I'm here to give my fiance a final warning. He is disrespectful. He doesn't care about me anymore, and he shows no support. We've been engaged for 5 years. He asked me to marry him 2 months after we met. It was just like fireworks. Like, we had an instant connection. So we've been together ever since. But everything started to change whenever I got pregnant. And we had our son, and he was just so mean to me. And he just turned into a completely different person. He was not the man that I fell in love with.
Mr. Connors,
you heard what Ms. Jackson said. What do you say?
Well, I'm here today, Your Honor, because she's blaming me for the relationship failing when really it's supposed to be both parties involved. And then also as well, she's threatening to take my son away from me. And if there's problems, you don't just run away. You know, you try to figure them out together. So I'm here to pretty much try to work it out and try to stay together.
So I heard what you said,
Mr. Connors. Ms. Jackson dragged you out
here.
But I can guarantee you wouldn't be here if you didn't think there was something worth saving.
Okay,
fair enough. So I heard that you say there was a change in the relationship that makes you think that Mr. Connors doesn't care about you. Can you give us some examples for what you mean?
Like, when my mom died, she died 4 years ago.
I'm sorry
to hear that. I lost my other grandma.
I'm sorry. It's horrible.
It is literally
the worst pain.
She died of gun violence.
Oh my
God.
Like, now we live in a proximity of where she died. So I found out I was pregnant a month after she passed away.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah, me dealing with postpartum, it just feels like he cared at the time, but when her death anniversary comes around, I'm always super depressed. I have really bad anxiety. I get really emotional. And all I asked Michael to do last year and this year was just buy me some flowers, and he couldn't do that. And then what really hurt me is that he told me, buying flowers is not going to bring her back. And it's you don't say that to anybody.
Mr. Connors,
I'm sure that you have an explanation for that kind of behavior.
I didn't kill her mom. Honestly, I was there for her throughout the whole situation. But then afterwards, her being pregnant, I had to go to work, and I had to start paying all the bills and taking care of the responsibility that we needed to maintain our lifestyle.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you just shut me off emotionally. I'm still going through stuff too. I was going through stuff for a long time, and you just shut me off.
Yes, but I believe that she has family for that type of support, and I am going to do what I'm supposed to do, which is make sure she's okay.
Mr. Connors.
Mr. Connors, let me just stop you for a second.
Wrapping your arms
around her, giving her those flowers was the least you could have
Honestly, I don't have time to cry. I really got to focus on providing more than anything. When I'm not providing, I spend time with her, and I also did buy flowers, several times. But after a while, I do have to continue to stay focused, on providing.
I'm never his priority ever.
So
Like,
answer me a
it's
question then,
always
Ms. Jackson.
work.
Why you make
So
somebody
why do you
your
make
number
somebody
one
you
if
make
you
your
are
number one if
invariably
you are
their number two?
invariably bigger than the number
I
two?
don't know. I love him. I love him a lot. I used to be, his number one. I used to be at the top, but now it's just like I'm just with the baby all the time. It's just
Speaking
like,
of that,
Speaking of that, what kind of support do you
get?
get with the baby?
none. I don't get any support. I mean, I get financial support. Like, he doesn't help me. Like,
What do you mean he doesn't?
And what do you
help
mean he doesn't
like, for
help
example, I was in real estate school. I'm really passionate about becoming a real estate agent. That's something I really want to do. And I've taken the class twice. I've taken the test a couple of times and I failed. And I feel like I failed because I didn't have the help at home that I needed to study. Like, I would ask Michael, okay, can you take the baby for like a couple hours just so I can, study? Like, I can't focus. And Michael's like, oh, well, you could just wait till my mom comes over.
But wait a minute, are we talking?
Wait a minute, are we
when
talking
Mr.
about
Connors
when
was
Mr. Connors is working? Because I know he was working.
on his own schedule.
So in other words, he had
So in
the
other words, he had the ability to say, let me take
yes,
these
he
2
had the
hours.
flexibility.
Only thing I'm asking her to do is manage her time because sometimes I have to work
Your
overtime.
Honor, our son has seizures, okay? Like, if I want to study, I need him to watch the baby so that we can monitor him.
When the baby's taking naps, she take naps. And I'm telling her, while he's napping, you need to be up actually studying.
Actually, while he's
Actually,
napping,
while
might be
he's
the only
napping, it
time
might be
that
the
he
only
gets to
time that he
read.
can get.
Now,
Now,
if she
and if
says
she
she
says that she wants to try the real
and
estate,
she's
and
now
she's
taking the
now
course
taking the
several
course
times,
several
and she's
times,
even
and
tried
she's
to take
tried
the
to
test
take the
several
test
times,
several times,
which means she's
which
made
means
the
she's
effort.
made the effort.
If
If
it requires her
her
to
to
have
have
a couple hours a day
over the course of 10 days so she can study intensely to be ready for the exam.
Most partners
Most
would
partners would say, I got you, baby.
These 30
These
days
30 days belong to
get
you
that
so
real
you can
estate
get that
license.
real estate.
Of course.
My auntie passed the test with flying colors the first time, and my grandmother passed the test without nobody
Guess
helping.
what? His aunt is a lot older than me. She doesn't have any kids to take
My
care
grandma,
of.
Your Honor, passed
She
the
has
test
to
at
support
80-some years old.
You know what, Mr.
You know what,
Connors?
Mr. Connors?
I don't like
And I
the
don't even like
disdain
the
with
saying in which
you are speaking
that
about
you are
your partner.
speaking
I
about
really
your
don't.
partner. I really don't even.
She is a lousy bitch. Number one, because
No.
Are you serious?
No.
Seriously,
Seriously,
I
we
will
will
throw
throw
you the hell out of here. You will never
ever call a woman
in
that
my
in her
courtroom.
courtroom.
Sir,
Sir,
how
how
are
you raised?
That's the most
That's the
ignorant thing
I've
I've
ever seen you do that.
Who do you think
Who the
you
hell
are?
you think you are?
When I said I didn't
When
like
I said
the
I
words
didn't
you
even
were
like the
using,
words you were
seems
using, it seems like sort of almost abusive in terms of your
He's
tone.
very
Something
verbally
It's verbally
abusive.
abusive.
Like, we got into an argument a couple weeks ago. He called me a lousy bitch. He called me lazy, good for
Whoa.
nothing. I don't work. I haven't worked in years. It breaks my heart because when I got pregnant, we didn't want to put our son in daycare. So we agreed that I would be a stay-at-home mom. He goes back and forth between me working and me not working because now I'm at the point where I'm tired of depending on him. I want my own sense of independence now. But he's like, oh, I just think that you should stay at home a little bit longer and work on the baby.
Now let me hear Mr.
first of all, I'm
Charles.
gonna say this.
Go ahead.
She is a lousy bitch. Number one, because
Nope.
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 No.
Are you serious?
No.
What you're not gonna
What you're
do,
not gonna do, not in our her courtroom.
Seriously,
Seriously, we will throw you the hell out of here.
You will
You will
never
never call a
that
woman
in my
that
courtroom. You don't come in
You
here
don't come in here and
disrespect me.
disrespect the judge.
Sir, you
Sir,
will
you will respect
me
her if you're not going to
gonna
respect the woman.
Don't you ever
Don't
come
you
into
ever
a
come
public
into a
place like
public
that
place like
and
that
call a
and
black
call
woman a lousy
black
bitch
woman a lousy
in front of
bitch,
another
in
black
front of
woman.
another black
How
woman.
are you raised?
How are you raised
That's
like
the
that?
most
That's the
ignorant
ignorant
thing
thing
I've
I've ever
ever
seen you
seen.
do that.
You don't
You don't
humiliate
humiliate a black woman
like
like that.
Who do you think
What the
you
hell do you
are?
think you are?
right.
How dare you?
I was just saying, like, I mean, she,
I
We
don't
don't
care
care
what
what
you
you
were
were
saying.
saying.
I don't know your
I don't even know what your relationship here. I don't even know your
dynamic.
dynamic. I don't know if she's earned your respect, but I know I have to.
I am
I'm a
21-year-old
21-year-old
professional black woman. And I have
And because I have
represented
teach
myself
everybody a
with
lesson
dignity and
with
honor
dignity
at all
and honor at all
times. And
times.
you will not
disrespect
disrespect
the
me. Do you
judge.
hear what I'm
Do you hear
saying?
what I'm saying?
And you need to treat
And you
every
need to treat
woman
every
the
woman
same
the
way I
same way
insist
she
on being
insists on
treated.
being treated.
Anybody that
Everybody
ever
that
thinks
ever thinks
that you're
that you're
going
gonna
to disrespect
disrespect the
me,
judge,
you got the
you
wrong
got the
person,
wrong
baby.
woman, baby.
You owe me
You
an
owe her an
apology.
apology.
I apologize.
And
And
you
you
owe
owe
Miss
Miss
Jackson
Jackson
an
an
apology too.
I'm sorry. apologize.
Ms. Jackson.
This is your call, Ms.
This is
Jackson.
your call, and if you
continue
want to
this.
continue this, and
If
if
you
you don't
don't,
want
I
to, I
completely
completely
respect
respect
it.
that.
We got to get this done because I don't know what to do at this point. This is what it's been. This is what it was.
Mr. Connors.
Mr.
what
Connors,
is that about?
what is it that all
Where
about?
does that
And
come
where
from?
does that
That
come
you would
from, and that
think
you
that
would
that's
think
an
that that's an
okay
okay
thing to do as a
thing
black man,
as a black
to try
man
to
to try to
humiliate a
humiliate a
black
black woman in
in
this
this
courtroom?
room?
Why would you do that?
She plays victim a lot.
No, you
No,
did
no, no,
that.
no, you did
I'm
that.
talking about you did that.
Because I'm
I'd
talking
like to
about you
look
did
at my
that.
jury,
I like to look at
which
with
today
jury, which today
happens to be
happens
a
to
mixture
be a
of men
mixture
and
of
women.
men and women.
Is there any
Is there any excuse members
at
of the
all
jury at all
forever
forever
behaving in that way?
in that way?
I'm going to say this
And
to
I'm
you,
gonna
Ms.
say this
Jackson.
to you, Ms. Jackson.
You're going to need to
You're
be
gonna need to be independent
I'm never
financially.
going to allow
I'm never going to allow a man to hold the fact
that he's
that he's financially supporting her and over
Part
her
of your
head.
problem
Part
right
of your
now
problem
is
right
he
now
gets to do
is
that.
he gets to
Yeah.
do that.
Because you've been
Because you've been
If
complacent.
you need
And
to
if you need to find somebody to take care of the baby that you trust for those 2 hours that you need to study,
we need to get
and
somebody
we need to get
help.
somebody to
Because
help
here's
you.
the deal.
Because here's the deal.
You're never
You're
going to be
never
out from
gonna
under
be
somebody's
out under
thumb
somebody's thumb
until you get
until
from
you
out.
get from
And
out.
I'm really trying, like I am, like, and he knows that I want more from my life. I don't want to just sit in the house. Like, I enjoyed the time that I had with my son being a stay-at-home mom, and I always tell him I'm thankful for what you did. I'm thankful that you took care of our family. But now it's time for me to do something.
But I get the feeling.
But I get the
that that's
feeling,
not the
nigga,
only
that's not the only
because
thing.
my
Because my notes
said
also say
that you
you think that he's
Yes.
cheating.
I understand you brought a
I
witness.
understand you brought a
I brought my
witness.
sister here because she really believes that I should leave him. Like, this dude don't know what to do with her. He don't know how to appreciate a good woman, a great black woman. Thank you.
That sounds like a
Thank
pretty
you.
good
That sounds like
opening
a pretty good
statement to me.
opening
Very
statement
good.
question. Very good.
If you'd like your case
If you like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll free at 877-311-2222
or log on to our
visit
website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content. He has cheated before. I don't know if he's actually had sex with people. I don't know what he's done, honestly, but I've found messages in his phone before that I submitted to the court, like of very sexual messages.
What? Tell me under
What? Tell us under the
circumstances you found
circumstances that you found
Michael
messages.
was at the
that you
laundromat
submitted.
washing his clothes, and I stayed inside the car, and he's just in the laundromat just smiling and laughing. I'm just thinking he's on like social media or something, and his phone dies. So when he's finished washing his clothes, he comes and put his phone in the charger in the car. We go back to his house, and he goes in to change his clothes. Now I'm still sitting outside in the car. So I went through his phone. I went through his messages. I had that intuition.
You did, Your Honor.
That
I
something
never
was
agree
I
going
that
on.
never
anybody
agree
has a
with
right
that
to do this,
anybody
but I have
has a
learned
right to
in
do this,
divorce
but I
court,
have
that's what
learned
they
in
do.
Well,
divorce
guess
court,
what?
that's what
At
they
one
do.
point,
And
what'd
guess
you
what?
find?
What'd you
I
find?
found some girl sent him a video of her doing a split on the club and twerking, and you know, and he just sending
Did
her.
you submit this to
Did you
evidence?
submit this to
did.
evidence?
Let me see what you
Let me
got.
see what you got.
LOL, I think
I
about
LOL, I
eating.
want,
all the
oh,
time.
I won't think
Okay,
about
we can
eating
make
in
it
time. I
happen
lie,
one
we
day
can
if
make
you
it down,
down.
and one day if you
Of
down.
course I'm down.
Okay, babe. So how am I supposed to believe that he didn't go out and do something?
What's this about, Mr.
What it
Connors?
is about,
so
Mr.
I have a
Connors?
friend. She's a friend of the family. She's been around for a long time.
Is that the woman that
Is that
wrote
the
this?
woman
Well,
that
no,
wrote
ma'am,
this?
she-
Who wrote it?
Who
Her
wrote
guy
that?
thought that she was cheating. And so he went through the phone texting everybody. When I got the text, I know that she don't talk like that. So I knew it wasn't her. Instead of me just being an adult about it, you know, I just went on and played along with him.
So you're telling me
So you're
this
telling the
is
judge that this is a girl's
Yes,
boyfriend
went through her
trying to
phone.
catch her.
Yes, and I found out later because she called me, was like, Mike, we ain't never did
So how'd she
peep
get
in."
your number? Your Honor, he used to change his number almost every month.
See, here's the deal.
So here's the problem.
I hate liars.
Because
but
I
believe
hate liars,
liars
but I
who
hate
think that
deadbeat
I'm
liars
supposed
who
to
think I'm
believe they
supposed
lie.
to believe their
That's
lies.
just dumb.
That's just
I
plain old
understand you
dumb.
brought a
I understand
witness.
you brought a
I brought my
witness.
sister here because she really believes that I should leave him. Like, my sister is my best friend.
I'd like to hear from
I'd
the
like to
sister.
hear from
Can
your
you please ask
sister.
the
Can you
witness?
please ask the witness to come in, Robert, please?
What a beautiful young lady.
What a
Thank you
beautiful
so
young
much for
lady.
coming.
Thank you so
Can
much
you
for
please
coming in.
state
Can
your
you
name
please
for the
state your name
record?
for the record?
Destiny.
Destiny, are you the plaintiff's sister?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
What do you know
What
about
do you
your
know about your
sister's
sister's
relationship
relationship
with
with Mr.
I
Khan?
know he's very disrespectful. I'm very much just tired of my sister calling me on a regular basis
trying to keep it in and letting me know that she can't hold it in no more. This dude don't know what to do with her. He don't know how to appreciate a good woman, a great black woman in his life, to hold down his household while he's doing the financial pieces of what he's supposed to do by creating security for my nephew, who he tends to be separated from regularly.
That sounds like a
That
pretty
sounds
good
like a pretty good
to
open
me.
statement
Very
question
good.
to me.
First of
Very
all,
good
She
now.
upset because she can't hold a man. She used to be a stripper, so that's
So what
that's
I'm
the
gonna tell you
situation.
is me and my man have been together for 10 years, and he loves me. Black love.
Thank
Okay?
you. May I just point out?
And I just
the fact
point that out to the
you
fact that
seem to
you
hold
seem
women
to hold women
with disdain
with this
and
saying and
disregard.
disregard to them.
You treat
You
the woman
treat the woman
that
that is
is
the mother of your child
with
with
disrespect.
disrespect.
You come into a professional
environment and treat the
with
leader
disrespect.
with
Your
disrespect.
sister-in-law,
Your sister-in-law, you treat her with
and
disrespect and try to make
think less of
the
her
judge think
by
less of
saying
her by
she's a
saying
stripper.
she's a
I
stripper.
know why you did
I
it.
know why you did
But see,
that.
here's the
See,
difference.
here's the difference.
I don't look at
I don't
people
even
like
look
that.
at people like
Don't
that.
let
Don't
the
even
straight
let the
hair
straight hair
and the lashes
and
fool
the lashes fool you.
I have relatives
Because I have relatives
that are all
parts of this society.
I don't look down
I don't
on
even
people,
look
sir.
down on people.
That's
sir.
not the way
That's not the way I was taught to be.
Miss Jackson,
Miss Jackson, you came to give you a financial warning because you don't show her support. You're disrespectful, and she suspects her that you're a cheater.
I think you're too arrogant.
And I think you're too arrogant, but to be a cheater, to be honest with you. You
that
said,
if
and if you didn't even get his act together, you were taking the baby and leaving the relationship
The
for
sad
good.
part about it, Mr.
The sad part about it is, Mr. Connor, I have not heard
one
aspect of your testimony today that suggested that you want to save this relationship.
You
claimed
claim
to the judge when you walked in here that you're the man.
You take care of
But
your
did you
family
take care of your
like a
family
man
like a
does.
man does?
Are you raising
Are you raised
a little
boy
to be a man?
and to be a man?
To treat
his
mother, wife, daughters with disdain and disrespect. That's what I heard.
And that's what I heard.
And that's what he's
and that's what he's going to
You
hear.
need to step up.
But you need to step up and be
what
a
we're
man.
not gonna
And
let you
what we're
do
not going to let you do
repeat
is
that in the next
repeat that in the next generation for the
So,
rest
Ms.
of
Jackson,
your
what
life.
I'm gonna say
So,
to
Ms.
you
Jackson, what I'm going to
is
say
you
to
and Mr.
you is
Connor,
that you and Mr.
you need to
Connor,
improve your
you need to improve your communication.
You need to
You need
make
to
sure
make sure when you speak to her, when you speak to her with respect
and dignity because she's
dignity
earned
because
it.
she's earned
You need
it.
to work
And you need to work together to co-parent your child.
And it's not just
It is
about
not
you
just
bringing
about
a check
you
home.
bringing in a check.
It's about you spending
It is about you
quality time
spending
with your
quality
son.
time with your son.
You both should share
the responsibility for the care of the baby.
So, Ms. Jackson,
So, Ms. Jackson, I want to encourage
to
you
finish some real estate
some real estate
So I'm going to offer you a
mentorship with Kara Jones
of Compass
and of a
Realty
Compass
Group,
Realty Group, which is located right there in Missouri.
She will do 10
hours of preparation
and training
for the real estate test
with you.
Okay?
Plus,
she's going to give you 3 months of mentorship
after you receive your
real estate license.
I asked for some assistance
so
that you can stand in the space that God has created
for you,
so that you can
start to walk
with
the dignity of an independent woman.
I'm going to say,
to you, kick his ass to the curb. And take your baby with you
and save
his life
so that he does not become
a man that you can't be proud of either. Court is a judge. Good luck to you, Ms. Jackson.
The level of
disrespect has reached new heights.
I'm so pissed that I don't even want to give him any light. I don't even want to talk about him. He treated her like crap, treated the witness like crap, tried to treat you like crap. I was like, when she walked away, I was ready to walk towards him.
I am so glad you have to remain composed until a woman stands in her space and tells a man what she will not accept. That's the kind of stuff that we're going to see on a regular basis. But he was misled. I am not that chick.
No.
And you will respect
the judge, and you will not come into her place of business
and be disrespectful.
Because she will gather you.
Thank you.
Thank you.